or something like that. Wow.
I haven't spent like any money on this whole cleaning thing yet, which is kind of crazy.
Son of a bitch.
There's absolutely no way.
Gently turn it until it stops. Count the turns. You want to keep track. Maybe you want to write it down somewhere. I don't know.
I grabbed the whiteboard.
So usually people go half, one.
Yeah, I almost want to mark. Well, I guess I don't need to mark the halfway point, so I can just use the other side. One.
Should be about 2, maybe 2.5, or less.
2. I think that's the resistance. So it's at like 2 1/4.
Yep. So 2 1/4 turns out. Because when you put it back in, you got to bring it all the way down to bottom there, just like you have it, and turn it out 2 1/4. Now, at this point, those marks don't mean anything.
Okay.
Because there's no guarantee that it will go in the same exact. So take it out. Take that screw out, all the way out.
Oh.
You want to be able to clean that port.
So what did I tighten it for?
So you know where to put it when you're finished.
Oh, so tighten it all the way and then unscrew it 2 1/4?
No, take it all the way out now.
Yeah, when we put it back in then.
Yeah. The spring comes off the screw, so don't lose it. Don't mix it up. Well, I shouldn't be able to mix it up with anything. Take these screws out.
Phillips, huh?
Make sure it fits in there tight before you.
You said take these 3 off?
Yep. See what's under there.
Take 3 screws.
Now you want to get that off without ripping gaskets or anything. Looks like if you get a flat screwdriver in there, you might be able to pop it loose. See the gasket?
Yeah.
So you don't want to move it too far unless the whole gasket goes. Or something like that. Wow. So you want to see the way it's orientated because it doesn't look like this on the other side.
How, which way what goes?
See how this has metal and it's pushed up? It's a diaphragm. See how it pushes down? It's coming back up. If it goes the other way, it doesn't work.
What other way could it go?
You got to take this off.
Oh.
Look. Well, maybe it ain't. There. See how it's different? Kinda? Not really.
I'll take a picture now.
Rusty side up.
Oh. That's what you meant.
Any
now
question?
these 4 screws?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Aren't they flat? No?
Nope. This one's screwed up.
Let me see. Yeah, nice. Let me see that screwdriver.
How does it fit? Doesn't seem to be any wiggle room.
Let me see it. It just went worse. Yep.
Could we squirt it with like carb cleaner.
Son of a bitch. You can try carb cleaner. For the hell of it. Where's the other tip? Probably can't get close enough for this. Nope, too much of an angle, of course. I don't know. Whatever it takes. If you reckon we'll just have to get new screws.
It's probably worth getting new screws anyway, because all 4 of these ones are screwed up. Here's a close-up. All 4 of the screws are pretty messed up already before we even got our hands to it. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know if you heard that, but I cracked 3 of them loose. It's just this last one that looks the worst. Just gotta hold it still enough so I can get the leverage and stay straight on. Yeah, there's so much wiggle room. This one is screwed up. Oh my god. Yeah, this is almost hopeless without even trying. Oh, it was close. But I think it's stripped completely now. I'll get the other 3 out, I guess. There's absolutely no way. Unless, perhaps, one potential idea. Starts with a P. Ends in liars. I'll try this one. We'll see what I can do. See, they're fairly small screws, so that kind of just came right loose. And it doesn't matter because there's absolutely no not thread. I don't know, Phillips part. It's completely stripped is what I'm saying. Ooh, is it hand loose? I can't tell with the gloves on. Yeah, coming right out. Easy peasy. All right, let's pay attention to orientation. There's small things up here. I don't know. Hey. I might go get Papa so that he can witness it come off just in case there's a spring or something. Okay, so I guess I got the go-ahead to just try to move it. Just keep an eye out for a pin, and I think he said peel this top part off because apparently it's the float. So I'll just be a little cautious and keep an eye out if anything falls. But hopefully the gasket just peels right off. I almost want to do it over here so I can try to get it on camera. Ooh. Okay, I see over here there's a thingy. And the float wasn't moving earlier. I don't know if I can touch it. Float moves alright. I don't know why we didn't hear it. It's a little stinky. Okay. Well, that part's done. I guess I just sit around and wait until my dad's back out so I can do the next step, because I have no idea what's next. Kidding me? Should really attempt to get replacement screws for this. I might try to take apart more of the bike and then try to have like one big order of all the replacement parts rather than 13 different orders of 15 different parts that may or may not fit, so I have to rebuy them anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really know how carburetors work. As far as I understand, fuel injection, fuel injector, fuel injected. This was replaced by fuel injected engines because it made the brain in the computer. I said that totally wrong. The computer / brain of the car was able to figure out all the stuff that you would have to do manually with this, like with the choke and the throttle and the float and gas and air mixture. All these old fashioned things that you'd have to do on your own to manually mix it so you get the right idle and warm it up and blah de blah. They did away with that. Pretty cool. Someone's driving by. Maybe they want to buy the Beamer. UPS, they don't want to buy a Beamer. I don't know, guys. Not much else has happened today. This is the first thing I've done. I did come up with an idea of how to better clean the garage, because I've also gotten to the point where it's so much better than what it was before that like we should just start working on the projects rather than, oh, let's keep cleaning and organize and label everything and declutter every part of this, because that's not necessary. The whole point was kind of just to clear up the floor so we can walk around, which I did. So that's check off the box, move on. But it's like, oh, well, I could do this better, or I could do this better, or I could make more room here. What do I need more room for? I definitely like to continue to organize and clean, but I've also gotten to the point where it's like I'm no longer as motivated or excited to, because so much of it is just a question mark. I basically need my dad here to be like, oh yeah, I remember what this is. Let's keep that here or put that there. Like I don't even know what half of these things are or what to do with them. So anyway, the idea I came up with is I think we have an empty bucket laying around somewhere. So we're going to go through all of the buckets that are already filled as well as the boxes that are already filled. And we'll take the empty bucket, right? And then we'll take the full bucket. And then we basically take every item out of the full bucket and then put it into the empty one so that we can either like remind ourselves what was in that bucket and or figure out what was in that bucket. Because I know I have no idea what's in over half of this stuff. But if there's something important or something that we can put off to the side or something we've been looking for, it's like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty nice. So then we take all the stuff out of the old bucket. If it's not important and we're not going to use it anytime soon, we'll put it in the new bucket, and then that can go in the nicely organized attic that was recently redone a bit by yours truly. I think that's probably the best thing to do, because we could just move the buckets and like really old, torn apart, falling apart boxes that we already have and try to throw them up there, but some of them are some of them are overflowing basically, and others only have a couple things in them. It's really not that hard to just move each item into a new bucket, have the new bucket be like nicely filled and somewhat organized, I guess, to be space efficient, and then maybe put a lid on it if we have lids for the buckets, which most of the buckets we have lids for. Because we're just reusing old ones. We're not even buying new stuff. I haven't spent like any money on this whole cleaning thing yet, which is kind of crazy. Because I cleared up all the space in the attic, that will utilize it better. That will clear up space in the important area, aka the garage. And there's other spots on our property, like we have a couple sheds. Most of the stuff in the sheds are like bigger things, so they'll probably just stay where they are. But the bed of one of the trucks is filled with more boxes of what looks to me like bigger, slightly like maybe medium-sized things, like motorcycle parts, rather than a full car engine that's torn apart like in the other truck bed. kind of ironically, the whole point for this is we don't know where the headlight for this bike is, but my dad knows that he has it and it's somewhere on our property. So it could be in any of these buckets we're about to go through, but he thinks it's in the bed of the truck that I want to clear out. So if we clear up room in here and organize and then put it all up in the attic to keep room in here, then we can bring more stuff from the truck bed into here to sort through, or we don't even need to bring it in here. We can potentially just look through in the truck bed. I don't need to say much else on it, really. I was thinking of like telling the backstory of how I thought of it, but it's really not important or interesting at all. In a weird way, this is like the organization feature that I was born with, and I feel like everything I've come up with is somewhat of an original idea. Like obviously moving things from one thing to another thing to know what's in that first thing is not an original idea that I invented. But in this particular situation, I don't know how many people have this exact situation. So that's why things and ideas are unique, I guess. I don't know, I'm just rambling. Because really all it is we're probably going to move less than 5 buckets total upstairs. I don't know how many buckets we have. How many times have I said buckets? Tell me that down in the comments below. I say that knowing damn well that I don't have a channel or a comment section or any videos. But maybe one day this will be uploaded and you can comment down below. Right below that subscribe button, actually. Help me get to 1 subscriber on this new channel that I haven't made yet. You can be the first or the 100,000th. I don't know. Or the 1,000,000th. Or the 10 millionth. You could be the special one that gets me over to that margin. Alright, I gotta stop the recording. I'm driving myself insane. I'm sorry, guys. And then the 4th one was just a complete lost cause, so I just used these and it really wasn't hard at all. Nice. Okay, next step is this screw for the float. Yeah, the float moved around. I kind of flicked it a little bit to test. You say something about the pin?
Yeah, lift it right up. Now you can slide that off. Take a look at it. Flip it over, take a look at it, see how it comes apart.
So it's a triangle and the flat side is towards the outer bit that slides off. Triangle piece goes on pointy side towards the float.
Take that out so you don't lose it. Yeah. That's the pivot pin, so it's able to go up and down. Alright. So if you put air in this to blow through, it would come out here because that's gas from the tank into the bowl. The float, when it comes up, that needle seats in there, shuts it off. Just like water valve.
Okay.
Yeah, now you take it out by hand. Maybe you want to put latex gloves on instead of those.
Yeah, I was thinking of putting the blue ones on, but they're
right there, second shelf down, there's a bunch of gloves.
Oh, moving down.
Right where you put them.
What time does your phone say?
Almost noon.
Okay.
Now that's going to be cleaned.
Yeah, I'm kind of just putting everything there so
Okay.
it doesn't like fall off the table.
Now you need a wrench. We'll take the choke out. Now, I don't know if there's an O-ring or what is around that. Wow. Huh. I can't tell. There shouldn't be an O-ring in the bottom there. It should just seat on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like
So now you take it off that hose.
looks like the flared brake line.
So try not to break the hose. Does it feel brittle?
No, feels spongy. Oh, down here it might be a little.
I'll pull it off, get it out of there. I just pull it off where it is, then pull it out with that.
Well, do you think it'd be a bad idea? I normally try to twist it.
Try it.
Yeah, twists nice and easy. Maybe it'll just come off like this. Oh yeah. Shorter bend is inserted on the thing.
And that looks like all I was gonna take out. Like I said, look in there. So you use a flat screwdriver to get that out.
No. Oh wait. Yeah, there's like a screw in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another jet. Sometimes they get pretty gummed up and they're hard. It can be to get out. So it's not worth screwing it up.
So that's it. We can soak things from here.
Yep. Which, far as I'm concerned, that, like I said, soap.
Magic.
So
juice.
put it over here so I can see what you're doing.
Just start chucking things in.
Here, hold it by that plastic. Get it down in here, swish it around, try not to splash yourself.
Don't drop it.
Give it a shake, get that, yeah.
I've been doing it a little.
Let it right down to the bottom. We'll let it soak till noon. It's 10 minutes.
Put more in?
Can, yeah. It's just that piece has plastic, so I want to get the O-ring out. Here it goes along one side or the other. You're trying to break it free from the aluminum, and when you it seems like it's down in here, see if we get it up. Not real soft, is it? Where the screw is. There you go. Be easy because that could tear. Get it up and grab hold of it with your fingers.
I feel like a dentist with this thing.
What you got in here?
One of my friends saw the Beamer on Facebook, and he's like, "Oh, it's finally leaving, huh?" or something like that. I'm like, "I'll give it to you for $5,000." So of course he says, "500, take it or leave it." That's all.
Now you can just drop that in there.
Can I put in the...
Anything that doesn't have plastic or rubber on it.
I'll rip this off. The spring is loose. Nothing else comes out. You even put little things in?
What do you call a little thing?
Like the float blocker and
If you can't get it out, don't put it in. How's that?
okay. Is this plastic on the pointy?
It's rubber. Don't put it in there. It might make it soft. I took a little bit of steel wool to this.
What time did you say? You said something about 10.
3 more minutes.
So yeah, it was 10 hours. And am I just taking out the choke because it has plastic on it?
The carburetor bottom.
Or, yeah, keep saying choke. Wow! Maybe like 30 seconds.
There it is.
There it is. Oh wow.
Yeah, try to get it as dry as best as possible. How's it looking?
A bunch of cloudiness came up when I moved
See
it.
all this black?
Yeah. Does that just need to be like wiped off, or is that the plastic?
This is the plastic that I'm concerned about.
We leave the rest in there for a while.
Yeah. I ain't clean for the bag.
Even with the plastic.
It seemed alright. It was kind of slimy, like it's cleaning up. Just keep track how long it's in there. Pretty much an hour would be maximum.
Mm-hmm. Maximum for everything, or the plastic specifically?
Plastic. Yeah, we'll just call it everything.
Oh, not too shabby. I don't know, this is gonna sit here for a while now. I don't want to take the gloves off. Rain's definitely lightened up a bit. Alright, I'm happy taking off one glove. Throw this away. Oh, I'll stop it for now. Nothing else going on.
Okie dokie.
Oh. And my battery's getting low.
There is something to consider, I think, at least on my end. Once you feel that 72 volt, like the feeling of pulling that thing, there's really, it's hard to, it's just not the same. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you guys,